G'day everybody and welcome to this lesson for Balls in the Bronx by Pierce the Veil. Now this is a song with a lot of different sections in it, so there's a bunch of different drum parts. I've done my best to work them out as accurately as possible. Some of it's quite quick, but some of it sounds fantastic, so it's definitely worth checking out. Let's hop on the kit and get straight into it. Let's kick things off with that cool opening fill, just slowly. And now straight into our intro groove. Then right before the first verse, we mix things up in the beat just a tiny bit and then play this fill. This first verse beat definitely gives your kick drum foot a bit of a workout. Remember, as I always say, for those quick twos, try and use two different parts of your foot. Try and use maybe the back of your toes and the ball of your foot, just so you can get two really quick strokes just by lifting your leg up and using your ankle a little bit. So anyway, the beat itself sounds like this. There's one variation that goes like this. There's also a sneaky little right cymbal bell about halfway through that floor tom section, but I'm sure you'll be able to pick that out. Then we have a fill, and then we're going to move over to the hi-hats. So the fill first. And then we move that same punk beat over to the hi-hats. To finish off this verse, we're going to build up on the snare drum, so that is going to sound like this. And now we've hit our first chorus. It goes like this. And then to finish this first chorus, we have another build-up going into a stop. Second verse, we've changed up that punk beat just a bit, and now it sounds like this. The punk beat in this verse is only short, and the end of that section goes like this. Then we're into a heavy breakdown for this next part of the verse. Then we're back into our chorus, which is pretty much the same as the first time around. There's a slightly different feel halfway through that goes like this. And then the second part of this chorus goes onto the hi-hats, so that would sound like this. Next up is the flamenco guitar section, which is a really big part of the bridge. So it starts out with claps, which you can catch if you want, but if you want to just worry about the drums, the next thing we need is just some kicks, 4 on the floor, like this. Before we hit the cruisy kind of groove with a little bit more drums, we just have 1 snare drum as a pickup. And then we're playing this beat. Next up, we've got the kicks back to 4 on the floor. We've got a bit of ride cymbal going on, and we're going to catch some hits on the toms as well. So that will go like this. Now we're up to the second half of the bridge. This is where the vocals come back in, so the flamenco guitar is done and dusted. We're going to come back in and just start building things up with 4 to the floor on the kicks and a bit of floor tom as well. Then we hit a nice big straight halftime groove over on the hi-hats, so it's pretty straightforward, just like this. We are getting very close to the end. We're into our last chorus, but for starters, we're going to keep it halftime, play it up on the crash cymbal with plenty of kick drums, so it's going to sound like this. I'll just go over that fill at the end of that section because it's a really good one. Then we pick things back up. We're over on the hi-hats again, and we're going to bring the snares back in on 2 and 4. going to hit one more big halftime groove, and then we're just about at the end of the song. So that's kind of the end of the song. But then there's that little tag at the end as well, and it's got some really cool fills in it too. So let me just break down that slowly for you as well. I've taken it to as close to the fade out as I possibly can, but mostly you'll be able to just kind of pick up the vibe and then jam out this last bit if you want to. There we go, that is the drums to Bulls in the Bronx by Pierce the Veil. There is lots in there, lots of different sections and a bunch of different fills, so it might take a bit of work for you to get it up and jamming, but hopefully this lesson has just helped to clear up a bit of the things that sound cool to you, that you want to check out and maybe add to your drumming tool bag. Anyway guys, happy practicing, and I'll see you at the next lesson.